Hello there guys, and welcome to this P3D video. It is with much excitement that I bring to you this first look / review of this early access Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42. Please do note that this aircraft is still not finished. It is in early access. It is available for purchase though, but we will take this into consideration while we do our first look / review. We are currently situated at Jackson Hole Airport in the United States, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the aircraft 3D modeling, the texture work, the aircraft systems and features, the aircraft manual, and then we're going to start it from a cold and dark state and take it for a short flight around the airport area and attempt to come back and land. Wing42 is a newcomer to the flight simulation arena, but they have done a phenomenal job with the 3D modeling and the texture work of this aircraft. If you look at the 3D model itself, is a very authentic model of the actual Lockheed Vega 5. If you look at this engine area here, there's a lot of work that has gone into the 3D modeling and the texture work, and you can see all the details here. Right here. Let's go up here and take a look at those wings. Again, very nicely created aircraft in terms of the 3D modeling, and you will see that this aircraft is not just designed for looks. It's an aircraft that actually lives and breathes, and we're going to take a look at those features in just a moment. Look at all those details here and the bolts right here. Overall, really a very nice 3D model, very authentic and highly representative of the real-world counterpart. Wing42, without a doubt, has built a very authentic and high-quality representation of the actual aircraft's 3D cockpit. And as you can see, this model is a very highly detailed model. The visuals are absolutely commendable. Texture work is really good. As you can see here, the details, if we move the, if you notice here, the movement, look at that, that's very good. A lot of work, again, in the texture work, 3D modeling department. And as I said, this aircraft lives and breathes, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But one can get a lot of appreciation for what has gone into the 3D modeling and the texture work department here. The fuse boxes here, again, the fuel pump. Really good, and we can actually go, there is a fully modeled 3D passenger cabin here, which again is done quite well, very representative of the actual aircraft. We can, pan out and look here. Really good work by Wing42 in the texture work, 3D modeling department, both inside and out. A job very well done. Very good to see that newcomers to the flight simulation world are coming with such high standards and really creating very high fidelity payware. This aircraft is one that I am particularly fond of how it's been modeled. The Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42 is equipped with several features and options to help manage the aircraft. By clicking on Shift and 2, you will have access to the ground crew and the weight and balance. As you can see, we have the wheel chocks, the pitot covers, baggage cart, battery cart, passenger step, and tie down. Let's go ahead and load a couple of passengers here, and we're going to say board passengers. And as you can see now, the door is opening. The passengers are being boarded to the aircraft, and once that's done, the door will automatically close. And now your ground crew will begin removing the passenger step as well as the wheel chocks. And we're going to go ahead and also remove the tie downs, the pitot covers, and the baggage cart. The other feature, by hitting Shift and 3, will bring up the walk around where you can actually check the propeller for damage. As you can see here, we can take a look. Hand crank propeller, hand crank engine to check for hydrostatic locks. Propeller blades appear to be in good shape, so all is good there. All is good here. As you can see, you can perform the entire walk around here, to check the aircraft before takeoff. By clicking Shift and 4, you'll bring up the overall manual and the maintenance hangar of this aircraft, if you will. Now, this aircraft is still in early access, but you can see how many things can actually go wrong with this aircraft. If we go, for example, here, and we can say inspect all components. So all of these components are actually modeled in the aircraft. And without proper operation, you can actually damage those parts, and then the mechanic will of course attempt to fix them. As you can see, for example, we go to the pitot tube report and we click on the report. No issues found, should be working fine. If there is something wrong, of course, it will be in the report and you'll be able to fix that using the menu here. This will each report will give you the ability to examine that particular part and decide if it's flight worthy or not, and then summon the mechanic to fix it. If we go to the next page here, again, as you can see, engine driven pump, venturi tube, that's the vacuum tube, source selector, pressure relief valve, plumbing, directional gyro, turn indicator, artificial horizon. Again, all of these items are actually simulated with actually very high precision. I had to actually go through a couple of fuse boxes before I learned how to properly operate the aircraft just to start it up. I also needed some access to the developer, and the developer of the aircraft is actually a very helpful guy. He's ready to answer any questions. He's quite responsive, and he showed me a few tricks and gave me a few engineering lessons so that I can really deliver this review to you guys. Again, if we say inspect all the components, again, the mechanic now is checking the aircraft parts. I kind of like this slightly better than the A2A maintenance hangar. For one, there's a lot more in this aircraft, in terms of actual system simulation, and then you can just kind of click on the report here and take a look at what's going on. Again, next page, as you can see, we're not going to go through all of this, but let's go ahead and inspect the components here. This is the aircraft electrical systems, and as you can see, there's a ton of things that can go wrong with this aircraft. Again, it is in early access, so you might have a few things here with showing error. I'm sure those will be fixed in the finished version of the aircraft. So we're just going to let the mechanics inspect all our electrical parts. Our mechanic has now verified that our electrical components are working per design intent. The Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42 ships with 3 documents. One is an installation guide to help you through the installation, a simulation manual to learn more about the aircraft systems and how they behave, and a manual of operation or checklists. Now, my preference would have been to have this checklist integrated within the aircraft, so maybe Shift and 5, but still there is a detailed checklist for the normal operations of the aircraft. We are now ready to start the aircraft from a cold and dark state, but first let me show you a few features in this aircraft. Now, this is where the fuel selector valve is located. It needs to be in the both position for engine start. The battery switch is located over here, and there is a fuse box here that is a functional fuse box. We can open it here and take a look at the fuses, and it's always a good idea to make sure all your fuses are okay before flight. We're going to go ahead and close this now. There is also an 8-day clock here, which means that it will stop working after 8 days. To wind the clock, you need to left click and move the mouse to the right. To set the clock, you need to right click and pull the knob out and set the clock that way. We're going to set it right here. And let's come over here to the mixture needs to be on lean, and it kind of works in the opposite way on this aircraft. I really like how those levers have been simulated. Look at the movement here while we move the throttle. Look at that. The Spark Advanced lever is not simulated yet. It's simulated, but it doesn't really do anything at this moment as the aircraft's still in early access. But the correct position for engine start would be here, the maximum position. The supercharger lever should be on low for engine start, and as you can see here, we have the fuel indicator. Now, because this aircraft isn't level, what you do here is you just check the fact that the fuel gauges are working, but it will not give you a correct reading of the actual fuel on board due to the tilt of the aircraft. The artificial horizon is currently caged, and we'll leave it caged until after we start the engines. Here is the aircraft vacuum source selector, and I will let you guys read more about the different options there once you have the aircraft. Down here are the engine booster button and actual engine start button, and in real life you need to have those buttons pressed together. But of course, due to the limitation of the simulation, once you press one, it will stay in, and then you have to press the other one and then unpress them. Click again to unpress them. Otherwise, you could really damage the engine. All right, we are now ready to start our engine. So let's check one thing over here. The throttle about 1/2 inch open. We'll set it right about here. We're going to leave the Spark Advanced lever on the max position. Mixture is full rich, and we're then going to head over here, and we're going to make sure that the fuel selector is on both, and we're going to go ahead and pump some fuel into the engine here. All right, we probably should start the battery first. I just don't want to drain the battery. All right, so battery is now on, and we need to prime the engine. About 3 strokes are fine, I think. And then we lock it again. And now the magneto switches on both. And first we're going to click on the engine booster button, and then engine start. And the engine is starting, so we're going to remove those guys now. And as you can see now, we have the RPM rising. Right, we can uncage the artificial horizon now. And we're going to set this on Venturi. We should get something here, which we're not getting. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the generator. And we're going to head down here and see what do we need here. We need the nav lights on. We don't need the cabin lights. Cockpit lights we don't need. Well, there we go. It's working now. As you can see, it took some time for vacuum system to work and for all the indicators to start working. I really like the engine sound. I really like the vibration here. Very realistic indeed. Really a very nice aircraft. Okay, let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Parking brake released. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not at all proficient in flying this aircraft, so you're going to have to bear with me. Alright, here's the runway, and hopefully we can we can take off without problems. Alright, let's set it here. We're going to set the nose trim down. nose trim. There we go. Okay. Let's give it power now. Not too bad. I tell you, this aircraft flies really nice. We need to reduce RPM just a little bit here. Manifold pressure is too high. Let us go ahead and make a few turns to see how this aircraft behaves. Right, let's do a right turn here. Oh, that's just lovely. Absolutely lovely. Very, very immersive aircraft. Feels like it's a really heavy aircraft. And it's really fun to fly. Right, let's go ahead and do a left turn. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. Definitely at par with the A2A fleet of aircraft. This Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42. Right, what I'm going to do now is we're going to level off here. And we're going to bring the manifold pressure to about 2,500. And mixture lean. Beautiful. As you can see, we have the RPM increases as we lean the mixture. Very nice indeed. Nice stereo sounds as well. Alright, what we're going to do momentarily is we're going to head back to the airport and attempt to land. Alright, we're going to head back to the airport now and attempt to land. We're going to need to maintain about 70 to 80 miles per hour. And we need to aim for about 60 for touchdown. That's the runway ahead of us. And again, a word of caution, I'm not at all proficient in flying this aircraft yet. I do highly recommend that you watch the video by my good friend Shane or Flight Simmer. I'll provide you with a link to his video in the description. Right, here we go. That's the runway. Let's see if we can bring this to... Ooh, look at our speed. Alright, we need to mixture on full rich again. Actually, our landing light was never on. There we go, landing light on. I really like the sounds, the wind sounds, all the environmental sounds. The overall ambience, really very well made aircraft in all departments. And this is only early access, so just bear in mind that this is still in early access. And there's a lot more to come in this aircraft. Highly recommended. Based on my experience in flight simulation, I can tell you that if you like a challenge, if you like to really operate an aircraft that lives and breathes, this aircraft is one that will bring hours of enjoyment to your flying experience. very, very well made aircraft. Lots of fun. Right, that should help us reduce our speed here a bit. We're pretty fast still. And we're high. But that's alright, considering this is the first time I attempt to land this aircraft. We're very fast still. It's going to be a bit of a floater there because I do want the speed to reduce. It's a long float, but we've made it safely now. All right, so touchdown. It took me a while there to put it to the ground. So let me see if we can use the brakes here a little bit and slow the aircraft down. There we go. Well, I'll tell you, flying this aircraft is not easy. Landing it is definitely a challenge. And so if you're looking for a challenge, if you're looking for an aircraft that really needs proper handling, this aircraft will bring many hours of enjoyment to your flying experience. Highly recommended aircraft, really. I really like it. It's immense fun, very immersive in all departments. The way it flies, the way it handles, the sounds, the documentation, everything is done quite well. I think there's a lot of thought that has gone into making this aircraft. And we're back here at Jackson Hole, luckily in one piece. The most difficult thing in this aircraft is the fact that you can't really see ahead, so you're gonna have to just keep looking to the sides. Alright, I think that's good enough. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring the aircraft to a complete stop here, right there. Alright, we're gonna set the parking brake. Parking brake is set, and we're gonna kill the mixture. We're going to kill all these lights and generator. We're going to kill the battery. Here are my concluding remarks on the Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42. This aircraft is engineered with high precision. Everything from the 3D modeling, the texture work, the depth of the actual system simulation, to how the aircraft handles up in the air is definitely commendable. A highly recommended aircraft in this category. Again, remember, this aircraft is in early access. The price of the Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42 is 30 euros, but as my way of saying thank you, I have made arrangements with Wing42 to offer you guys an exclusive special discount of 20% valid for 30 days from the time of publishing this video. All information, including the discount coupon, will be provided in the description section of the video. Well, folks, this brings us to the conclusion of our video today. I hope that this was an insightful, useful, and a fair first look and review of the Lockheed Vega 5 by Wing42. If you have any questions, please do post them in the comments section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.